good target here. And then basically set up.
The idea is, Harlan, can I borrow your phone? The idea here is, grab a blade. All right. So that when we're coming in here, I mean, you have this, and then you have this. Okay. Now this, you're pinning this into your body. Okay. Once you've made your entry to this point, you're basically just hanging on this. There'll be a lot of movement like that. There'll be a lot of changing levels and moving him around, and hammering him up in here, right? Okay. This all is inside here, right? You guys got it? So you can see that these kind of shots can really do some damage. If you can tap to this position right here, you can win. Now, how many times, realistically, do you think that you can win against a guy who's got a blade and you don't? Come on. I mean, we all are martial artists. We like to say, "Oh yeah, I'll take the blade off him." You know what?
Help yourself.
We'll just play around with it a little bit. You can watch. You can watch how many guys will get killed. You know, you've done it in class 100 times. This is giving you a real opportunity. If you can tap to here, in other words, if you can use your phase 1 skills to get to this kind of position, all this can be done. This can be done. You can work this. There's a lot of stuff that you can be done to work the hand without giving up anything. Hammer this, come in, hit it, hammer it, still hold on to it, push his head away, rack him. You can come inside and work a lot of different stuff inside there. All that is going to be a place where you can become the feeder. At this point, what's he thinking about when I'm doing this to him? What's he thinking about? He's getting hammered. You know, how much of an attack is he still formulating? Because if you tell a guy, all I'm going to do is defend, he can go all out. He doesn't have to hold back. He can just basically go 110% just trying to cut you down. As soon as he says, well, try to cut me down, but I'm going to try to knock your teeth out. Okay, well, then there's a little bit, you got to pull back a little bit. Excuse me? You got to check yourself a little bit. When you start rocking his wall with that, this hand may come up, he might be tucking this, he may not even be trying to cut anymore. It may not even be part of the program. It depends on how hard you can hit. But if you don't have a blade, or you don't have opportunity to draw your blade, this is what you want to be doing. If you sit there and just want to tap and tap and tap, he's just going to keep pushing harder and harder because you know what? You're not posing any threat to him. As soon as he realizes that, and he's just going to start getting busy, right? So we want to right away establish ourselves as the feeder. The second that we can jam him, the second that we can turn the tables, the second that we can buy enough time, we're making it happen, okay? But we have to do it in a way where you're not trading a shot for a thrust. That's the key. That's the funny thing, because a lot of people try to do it, and I've seen it, and they end up punching the guy as they're getting stabbed in the kidneys, and they think they're doing good because it's a training blade, and they don't realize what's happened really, or they just fail to own up to it.
Not a good trade.
No, can't trade like that.
Today for the first time, I'm going to show template number 2. Okay. Template number 2 is done with the left hand. The first 3 moves, okay, it's going to be jugular, okay, jugular, jugular, and then brachial. It's going to be jugular, jugular, brachial. All right. Now the theme of this particular template is going to be basically baiting and switching. All right. So the way it's going to work, okay, 1, 2, 3. As he comes in or as I come in, okay, I'm going to clear out. Okay, clear, cut, bait, cut, bait, cut. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me just do it really quick, just to show you guys where we're going at with this. Okay, everybody remembers number 1, right? Okay. The way it's going to be done, just like the other templates, is it's going to be one continuous long template when you get them all done, right? So 2 is a continuation of 1. Now a lot of people say, well, yeah, but you do 1 with the right hand, right? Okay, I'm sure somebody was going to ask that question, right? Somebody asked that question.
Yeah, but you do it with the right hand.
There you go. All right. Cool. So let's look at the last move, right? Okay. So here, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Who says you can't switch? Okay. Grab it. Okay. That movement from here, just switch. Go over. Okay. Switch. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4, partial blue worm to hip. 5, partial blue worm to hip. Okay, 6 is going to be a thrust. We're going to pull. Okay, thrust into the heart and checks. Okay, 7, femoral. Okay, I'm going to pull 8, kidney. He's going to check. Okay, switch. Okay, 9 here. Okay, abdominal aorta again. 10, be femoral. 11, step. Okay, aim for the kidney. Okay, watch the birdie on this one. Okay, what's this? 11, 12, step over, clear, feed. Okay, pulse it, clear.
Okay, the type of knife system that I teach is very simple because I'm a very simple man and too many things complicate things and I tend to get dyslexia and I forget things. And it makes it easier for my students, especially when you teach military and stuff. They don't want to learn too many things. They want to learn something that's simple, something that's instinctive. So what I like to do is I'm actually always summarizing my system. If I can summarize my entire knife system to one technique, I'll be happy. Right now I'm down to 8. So if you, with my knife system, basically it's just the one strike. Now the way I hold it is in the reverse grip or ice pick grip or pakal, whatever you want to call it. But I usually hold it with the edge in. A lot of people hold it with the edge out and they slash this way. Now the only reason I don't like that is because if you hold it edge out, there's not that much strength. Push. There's not much strength there. Okay, plus the fact that if you're going to slash, you need to use a rounded strike. I mean, that works in certain situations, don't get me wrong, but I'm just talking about the way I think things out. So having the blade in, the way we cut is like a thrust, but at the last minute, you tighten up the last 3 fingers. And that little move there is enough to bite through the bone. So from there, it'll just go in. It'll go in. So gone are the wide type strikes, but from here, it's just straight out and in. Now, obviously, you can thrust if you want. It makes a better wound. But from here, usually I go up, and then I close my fingers. That's how I affect the cut. Now the nice thing about that is the direct shot. And you actually don't know whether I'm going to thrust or whether I'm going to cut. You won't know whether I'm going to hit here or hit up there. The actual strike you're here. Now a lot of people stand too close. That's the problem I have. When I spar people, I find that they're standing too close. And before long, you can just go for the thrust and they don't even see it coming. All right? So from here, it's just straight in and out. And yes, you can just go for the strike or you can go for the cut. It's up to you. Now, what makes it fast is not because I'm fast. What makes it fast is I don't telegraph. Now, those of you who spar, if you front up, you basically know when your opponent's coming. They do this. There's a weight distribution. The lighter, see, and you watch the shoulders. They'll either lean forward like that, or they'll shift their weight like that.